got Bellator lightweight champion Michael Chandler. Mike, what's going on, brother? You're on Rebellion Radio with Mitch, Ciccarelli, and Bryan Levick.
How are you guys, man? Thank you for having me. I appreciate it.
Oh, anytime, man. You know, we're rocking and rolling, slapping hose, swinging from rooftops, you know, beating the crap out of Spider-Man. You know, I saw Peter Parker, you know, walking down the street, walked right up to him, slapped him in the face, took Mary Jane from him, gave her a little spank on the dish, and she made me a steak. So, all in all,
he didn't do anything, huh?
He did nothing, man. He tried to shoot his webs at me. His little webs coming out of his wrist, but I just said, man, you wanna think about that real quick before you shoot that web. He looked at me. There's a brief second where it was a pause. He turned the other way and ran away. So.
I love it. Hell
yeah, brother.
Michael,
Hell yeah.
Michael, let me just apologize for Mitch to begin with. I did this with everybody. He's a great guy, but he gets so hopped up on energy drinks that I think it like clouds his sense of reality. You know, one day he's talking about driving up to Wayne Tower and beating up Batman, and now he's talking about Peter Parker. But you know, we want to thank you for coming on. I know Randall told me you were in the middle of moving, so I appreciate you taking the time out to talk to us. You got a big fight coming up. We had your opponent on last week, Rick Hawn. Very complimentary towards you. We're really looking forward to seeing the fight, and it should be another outstanding performance by both guys. Do you have an idea when the fight's going to take place? Are they giving you a date?
No. Did he have any idea?
No.
I think I'd like to know. I think we're guessing September, October. Most likely that's when that's kind of what I'm training for right now. As far as I'm not in the camp or anything, but that's just kind of what I'm preparing myself for, and just getting better and waiting to hear the date. But until then, just focusing on my game and getting better every single day, and excited to go out there and put a show on for the fans, no matter when it is. So just expect an announcement soon, hopefully, and most likely in the fall, October-ish.
Well, speaking of putting on the show, you and Eddie Alvarez certainly put on a hell of a show. Got the fight of the year, deservedly so. I actually met up with Eddie. He was doing a seminar at a friend of mine's gym here on Long Island a couple weeks ago, and obviously after the first fight, you won. You guys are professionals. You always want to get that win back. If you don't ever get an opportunity to rematch it because of how good the first fight was, that's something that is upsetting to you. I mean, we know Bellator has a tournament format, and it's what makes it different, what makes it the promotion special, and it stands out. But after having a war like you two did, is that something that you really want to get another crack at, even though you got the win?
No, absolutely not. I mean, I can't really ask for more than finishing somebody. I mean, obviously it was a war. That's the cool thing about fighting is you can call it a war and you can have a war, but at the end of the day, if it's a war and somebody loses, it gets to the point where it is a war, and it wasn't necessarily someone getting caught with some kind of slick submission, or anything like that. It was me, ended up finishing a fight that could have went. It could have went either way if I was prepared to let it go the other way. So for my personal feelings, I really don't. I'm not interested in a rematch. I just want to fight whoever Bellator puts in front of me. If Eddie stays with Bellator, and everything goes as planned, or if everything goes toward that plan, I'm down to rematch. Obviously, I'm a fighter. I got to fight. I'll fight whoever. And I just obviously it'd be a great night for the fans, and everybody would love to watch it. So, but for me personally, I mean, I'm just focused on fighting whoever. I don't necessarily not looking for a rematch with Eddie.
I want to ask you about your fan base because obviously the Alvarez win, it was the fight of the year. It definitely helped you out as far as getting some more fans. But you've had some people following your career since the beginning. And one of those fans, actually probably your biggest fan, works in the same organization as you, Bellator ring girl Jade Bryce. I've interviewed her a couple of times, and every time we talk about MMA or Bellator, she just always brings up your fight. She's always talking about you. I think she's obsessed with you, man. I don't know. I mean, you guys did pretty good. What you got to say about that?
I don't know. I don't think so. I mean, I've talked to her. She's a sweet girl. She's very nice and really nice to talk to. So, but I mean, I don't know. I mean, hopefully that's the impression I want to make on everybody. I mean, you know, not just I want to go out there and put on a good show every single time I fight, and I want to, you know, kind of just convey my message and you know, who I am to everybody, and hopefully people like it. If they don't, you know, I can't be mad at that. But I'm just always striving to, you know, just kind of be the best man I can be and be the best fighter I can be. So I'm hoping there's some people out there obsessed with me, you know, if you will. But you know, we'll see. You know, I got to keep getting better for that. You know.
Well, you know, I'm actually on Facebook right now, talking to one of my 767 wives, T. Tremblay.
There you go.
And
there you go.
Well, 768 actually. We had, you know, added a new one yesterday. But she, you know, she's like, hey, what's up? And I was like, yeah, I'm interviewing Michael Chandler on the air right here. She goes, I like him. He's kind of hot. So now you're stealing my females, man. What's wrong with you?
Well, it's cute. You know, I don't know. I'm not out beating Spider-Man or anything. So I don't know why they like me. But who knows?
Yeah, you know, it's just one of those things, man. Well, you know, you're doing a lot of good things, you know, for MMA. You know, you're definitely a great ambassador for the sport. I mean, I can tell you got a great attitude. You train hard, and you definitely are, you know, clearly one of the best lightweights in the world. Does it kind of piss you off, though, a little bit? You know, and obviously, you know, fighters don't really pay much attention to, like, the rankings and you know, the websites and whatnot. But, you know, does it kind of piss you off if you've ever checked them out, some of these lightweight rankings, they actually have Alvarez ranked ahead of you despite the fact that you finished the guy? I mean, that's absurd in my opinion. You should be way higher than him, in my opinion.
Yeah, I actually have not. I haven't seen that firsthand. But yeah, I mean, if I did, I would probably scratch my head and think it was kind of weird. But you know, at the end of the day, those rankings don't mean a dang thing. You know, he was ranked 5th in the world whenever I was ranked 103rd or 105th, whatever I was before I, you know, went out there and fought him. So the rankings to me don't really mean much. All that matters to me is, you know, getting my butt back in the gym and getting better and focusing on, you know, my next opponent and getting in the cage and putting on a great performance for the fans. And, you know, you please the fans, you put on a good show, good things are going to happen, and that's pretty much what I'm all about. You know, if I ever go out there and, you know, I'm not putting on a good performance, you know, I'm definitely not going to be happy, and I'm definitely not doing my job, because that's my job as a mixed martial artist, not to go out there and just win. It's to go out there and be dominant, put on a good performance, and like you said earlier, you know, be a good ambassador for the sport, and that's what I'm here to do. So the rankings don't mean a darn thing. Obviously, I can't wait to be number one, and I'm going to be number one. But you know, things take time, and it's a process, and just got to keep your nose to the ground and work your butt off, and that's what I'm doing. So.
Well, I'm actually chatting with this other chick here, and she wanted me to ask you if you'll be her Pikachu. I don't know what that means. It's kind of creepy, but I don't know. I don't know, man. But you know,
no idea what that means.
Maybe she wants you to hop into a ball, and you know, I don't know. That's just creepiness, man. But anyway, brother, you know, we appreciate having you on the show. You know, we're definitely looking forward to seeing that fight with Rick Hawn and all future fights from you. If there's anything else you want to add, you know, maybe call out some superheroes. I mean, I already beat the brakes off of Spider-Man and Batman and Iron Man and shit. I think I got all of them. But you know, if there's anyone that you want, you know, you let me know and I'll reserve them for you.
No, you take care of the superheroes. I'll let you take care of them. But thank you guys. I appreciate the opportunity. Big thanks to Clinch Gear and High Tech Pharmaceuticals, and everybody at Alliance, my coaches, my managers, Randall Allman and Dave Martin, and Ken Lester, and Mom and Dad. Love you guys, and we are headed to the top. And everybody, make sure you just check me out on Twitter at Mike Chandler MMA, and try to keep everybody informed as much as possible. So once again, thank you guys for the opportunity. I promise nobody else in the world working as hard as I am. So stay posted.